The expectation is that by 10 o'clock, the
How are preparations coming along? Tell us.
I think everything is set, just as you've seen. Delegates are coming in, the necessary logistical arrangements have been made, and the expectation is that conference will start, and we'll go through the process, we take reports, and then we'll go through the motions, and then we'll call it a day.
Okay, and that's the day, we'll call it a day at what time?
Well, it depends on how the process runs, because we have a number of amendments we are seeking to table today, and 56 of them. So it depends on how
smooth the process.
Yes, and then that will determine how. But then the expectation is that we finish early enough.
The
Ebusiafo ye mama kwaba eba Children's Palace. Utwala nyema nyina fie enyi. Yonkwala ntade mani mema nyina ntare nyina wase. Yonkwala shoes, yonkwala duane, yonkwala wipes, yonkwala diapers, yonkwala toys, baby coat. In fact, bibia opama omanyina obenye biwa ase.
Located at East Legon Hills, Nana Chrome KFC. Contact us on 059 6377 172. Children's Palace. Happy children, happy fashion. See you soon. Bye bye.
I'm here at Mycom JA Limited to show you the Promethean Active Panel, the ultimate tool for corporate institutions, hospitals, schools, and your home. With its crystal clear 4K display and an unbreakable screen with an ultra responsive touch technology, this isn't just a screen, it's a game changer. For corporate institutions and in schools, this active panel can be used for Zoom meetings and PowerPoint presentation. And oh, your homes are not left behind. You can use it to watch all your favorite programs by just connecting to a Fire Stick, and you can get access to channels like Netflix and Amazon, and voila, you are in there. At Mycom JA Limited, we provide you with the best quality products from the United States of America with 1-year warranty. You can get an
The New Patriotic Party is rebuilding with its core values. That is the theme for this big event today, which is the National Delegates Conference. It's happening at the University of Ghana, Legon Stadium, where we're expecting close to 6,000 delegates who would be charting a new and a fresh path following the party's terrible, abysmal, cataclysmic and catastrophic defeat in the 2024 elections. And so that is what today's event is all about, which is to regroup, to regather, to restructure, and to reorganize. And we're having we've got a round table conversation about what the party ought to do going forward. But there are a few thorny issues that we're trying to get some clarity on. Even here, they're having some dissenting opinions as to exactly what the party's constitution is saying. Remember that there have been close to 300 proposals for amendment to the party's constitution. And one of the issues which have come up would be the powers of the National Council relative to the party's delegates conference, delegates conference. That's what the some I guess they have been debating in the last 45 minutes. Let's see if Nana Sapon can lay this matter to rest. And well, sorry, that one's going to happen unless because Kwabena Sapon still has some views that he wants to express or counter views that he wants to express on this. But Nana, before I come back to you, I'll beg you. H.S. Sikanko has been on Zoom for a very long time, and to be fair to him, he's not even had a bite at any of the issues that we've talked about. But let me just quickly speak to him, and he'll leave us because he has to go and teach. We're just going to speak to him briefly, and then I'll come back to the Nasapon to basically land, because I made him to crash land. I had to go to the field to get my to listen to our reporter. Safe landing. Yes, and safe landing. Yes. I hope we're speaking the same language. Yes, I hope so. Anyway, so Dr. H.S. Sikanku is with the Dr. H.S. Sikanku is an associate professor, University of Media, Arts and Communication. So H.S. Sikanku, let me put it that way. H.S. Sikanku is an associate professor, University of Media, Arts and Communication. Now, what makes his participation in this conversation even more profound or more pronounced is the fact that this is a man who in 2018 wrote a book, and he sought to look at the primaries of, at the time, 2018, that was when the NDC was in power. He looked at the primaries of the NDC and sort of produced a handbook on the persons or the individuals who were contesting that elections, and sought to sort of give their weaknesses and sort of give them a SWOT, did a SWOT analysis of them. But also more importantly, talked about the importance of a primaries or Congress, because all of what is happening today is a lead up to the party's Congress, which is coming up on the 31st of January, unless something very interestingly bizarre, I don't know if I can put the two words together, happens today at the party's conference. So, Eche, good to have you join us on the show, and we're so grateful that you've made time, because you're a very busy man. You have students to teach, you have some consultancy work that you have to do, but you've made time to join us. I know we can steal about some 10-15 minutes of your time. Does that work?
That works. Thanks for having me, Moro. Yeah, that works.
Fantastic. So I'm just saying that for me, it's some kind of a deja vu, isn't it? I mean, when the NDC was going into its conference, as a lead up to the Congress, you wrote a book, you talked about the importance of a conference, you talked about the importance of a Congress, you looked at the candidates, you looked at what the NDC can do going forward, constitutional amendments, etc., 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 etc. We're back to that of the NPP as well. What's been going through your mind? What have been your thoughts ever since you heard about the NPP's conference today, which is a lead up to or a precursor to what's going to happen on the 31st of January?
Thank you very much, Moro. Good morning to you and to everybody. I think that it is one more step towards democratic consolidation in the country. As countries grow, as our nation develops and advances its democracy, it is important, and it is very nice to see that there are steps that are being taken to solidify the internal or intra-party democratic systems and structures, because the success of our democracy is predicated on the success of our political parties. And if our political parties are democratic, the more representative they are, the more democratic they are, the more they take steps to improve their own internal structures, the more there is a reduction of that kind of factionalism and friction, the more the parties are constitutionally based, work according to accepted constitutional structures, the better the democracy that we have. And when political parties go into opposition, it is also a very good time for them to take stock, to review, to reflect, and to see what they can do. And so sometimes these things can be a silver lining. When the NDC, for instance, lost power back in 2016, I mean, we all saw what happened. I mean, there was the walks, there was the thank you tours, but there were also some internal party restructuring that went on. At a point, they even opened the process for the selection of their presidential candidate to Cadbury members of the party. We've seen a lot of this go on in their party, and fast forward, they're back in power now. And so I think these things are good. And when people look at Ghana's democracy, they see an exemplary democracy, and it's great to see that the political parties are putting in place structures, or they are building their party systems on a firm foundation. And I believe that this will be one more step towards democratic consolidation, and perhaps more importantly, the consolidation or the strengthening of party structures and intra-party democracy within our political system.
Now, speaking about strengthening the party structures, now at the very core of the proposals that have been made to the party's, amendment to the party's constitution has to do with the expansion of the electoral college. At the end of the day, the party recognizes that one of the reasons why it lost its elections was because it suffered massive apathy. The persons who didn't feel like they were part of the process. How important is this to get a lot more people to have a say as to who leads them into an elections? Or you think that electoral college, from where you sit and from what you've read, suffices? You don't really think that, first of all, the party has properly diagnosed the problem, what actually led to its defeat? Or you think that regardless, it is important to you that you rope in a lot more people to have a say?
Thank you very much, Moro. When we go back to the basic principles of democracy and the basic ideals, it is supposed to be a government of the people, by the people, and for the people. And the same thing translates into the party structures. The key thing that we have to take note of is that a party system or a party structure or a party selection process has to be as representative as possible. The selectoral process has to be seen as representing the wider perspective of the mass or wider majority of members of the political party. And so in as much as or in as far as these organizations, these parties take steps to make sure that the decisions that are made, the executives that are elected, the officials that are elected, the committees, and eventually the decisions that are made, including the selection of presidential candidates, in as much as they are representative enough of the masses of the party, and then they are doing the right thing. And so within the literature on primaries, there are different types of those. There is the pure there's a pure primary, there is the mixed primary, and there are different forms of representation. But at the end of the day, steps have to be made to make sure that the representation or the decisions that are made are, in as much as possible, representative of the wider majority, and that no single faction or no single constituent group dominates or has overwhelming power to make a particular decision that curtails or that overshadows what is representative of the larger group. As much as we do this, then I think that we are heading towards a purist system as much as possible. But of course, it's not possible to have that all of the time. And so delegates are elected, representatives are elected, executives are elected, and all of that. And the process through which this happens has to be seen as democratic as much as possible. And so we do know that one of the things they want to do is to increase the polling station executives, or to increase the number of representatives or delegates. So I think there are three major things. There is the expansion of the delegates or the electoral college. There is also, ideas about a change in the primary system where it is brought earlier. There are issues about whether they should do the executive election first or the presidential system should come first. But in all of this, I do think that steps do have to be taken to make sure that it is seen as democratic and is seen as representative as possible.
But interestingly, Prof, so these amendments that are going to take place at the conference, I don't know whether you're aware of this, but it's not going to take effect until at a future date. So even if the electoral college is expanded, which is likely to be the case at today's conference, it's not going to take effect, it's going to take at a future date. Now, if indeed the party's diagnosis of why it lost the last elections was because a lot more people were not given the chance to elect their leaders, what this means is that going forward into the 2028 elections, the same electoral, the model or the college that currently exists It's the same college that is going to produce the next leader. I mean, will the party then have resolved or fixed the problem? You know, I mean, I don't want to get the point I'm making. I mean, the whole idea behind this conference is to propose that, look, let's bring in a lot more people to have a say. No problem. But that can only happen after the flag bearer has been chosen. Next year, January 31st. So it means that the same electoral college that produced Dr. Mahmoud Bamia last year is going to be the same electoral college that will produce him this year. Would you say that the party then, I don't I mean, what do you think? Do you get my drift?
Yes, I do. No, yes. And if that is indeed the case, because I do think that some executive positions may run out of term, and there has to be some new people coming in. So, I mean, if that indeed is the case, then I think that we have to put that against the necessity or the argument about voting in the flag bearer early enough. The fact of the matter is that in as much as, and don't forget also that there are going to be expansions made to those who are eligible. But this has to be put against those arguments that have to do with the need to get a flag bearer elected early. And you will agree, and when you look, when you do the review and you look across the literature, you realize that there is some credibility, or there is some point or some argument to be made for that. When parties lose elections, the acrimony is great, the finger pointing is great, the divisions are great, and it is important for the political parties to coalesce back. I mean, when they win, you never hear of those fissures, right? But once there is a loss, I mean, there is a lot of contention that goes on, and this finger pointing could actually tear parties apart and even deepen the factionalism that exists. And I think we begin to see some of that. And so it's very important that the parties coalesce together very quickly. It is very important to tone down on the potential toxicity and the potential divisions that may exist within the party. And this may be exacerbated or further deepened or entrenched when there is a kind of a delay before this is held. And so I can understand why the party wants to regroup very, very quickly to make sure that the focus is on the other group. I mean, that's what opposition parties do. The focus is on the government of the day, that they are able to play their oppositional role of holding the government accountable, that they hold their feet to the fire, that they also engage in one of the important tasks that political parties are supposed to do, which is to be able to formulate policy and come up with alternative plans that can contribute to the development of this country. And so I think that in order to bring about unity, in order to do away or not further entrench the factionalisms or the divisions, that some of which can be very, very contentious, so much so that they become ammunition for the other thoughts, and there's compromise, which is very important in politics. A lot of the time we tend to look at the wider need. Oh yeah, it is important to have representation. It is important to have the issue of compromise, the issue of cohesion, issues that people pay less attention to. And there's a professor at Harvard University who wrote a paper on that as to why character and the character and harmony and cohesion need to be introduced back into the variables when it comes to presidential primaries. If that is the case, so when that gets introduced back into the debate or into the argument, then, I mean, you tend to understand why it is very important to get past some of the internal fractions and to focus on the wider and the bigger picture.
Now, my penultimate question to you has to do with the timing of this conference. It needs to do more of the soul searching, get in touch with the base, apologize to them. You know, I mean, we saw what the former flag bearer wanted to do with his thank you tour. We saw the challenges that he faced with the thank you tour. Some say he should have shifted the conference to say later in the year, get the amendments done, start from the grassroots, build it, you know, up from the bottom up to the top before the party goes for Congress, you know, because the party's constitution is clear. It's got to be 2 years before, you know, before the next elections. Some also say, no, it's got to do it a bit early because we've seen what's happening with the acrimony and the little bickering here and there within the party, you know, even including how much setting potential candidates are paying for events like this, where we've seen amounts being thrown about. I've paid this amount of money, I've paid that amount of money, I've paid that amount of money. I mean, and we saw what happened during the thank you tour, where everybody wants to be seen and heard because they are interested. We've seen what's happened to even granting bail to the party's national chairman, where that too became another avenue for people to show who they are in terms of what they can do for the party and so on and so forth. And so some people say it is early days yet. Sorry, the Ashanti regional chairman of the party. I'm talking about Chairman Guntumi. Why do you stand on this? It's just been 7 months. The party is going for a conference, and then next year, January, they're going for Congress. Do you think that the timing is proper? And then my final question to you, imagine the Democrats in America are going for their conference, and John F. Kennedy is not there, Barack Obama is not there, Joe Biden is not there, and, I'm out of town, I want to join digitally or virtually. 2 questions in one. Does that take something away from the Democrats' conference? Or you think that they should have been there? And the fact that they're not there does not say anything, that they probably have a problem with the way the party is being run, or you think it's much ado about nothing? It's people just reading meanings into, needlessly reading meanings into things. 2 questions.
Okay, very quick one. Very quick follow-up to the latter one.
Okay.
Is there a specific case, or is that tied to somebody who is not able to be there?
Well, no, Kufuor is not there. He can't join. He's out of town. Nana Dankwa Kufuor is out of town.
Okay, thank you very much. So the former question. Well, I think it's been several months since the election has been over. Those who want to cry have cried. There's been enough wailing. There's been enough commiserations. There's been enough. I mean, finger pointed. I think it's time to move on. There's been I believe, a project where they did a research on why they lost. I think the party commissioned that. I'm sure other researchers have done that. I mean, I've done my own work on that, similar to what I did in 2012 and in 2016, back in the day when the NDC won in 2012, why they won and why the NPP lost, So this is something that I've been doing, of course. Researchers, academics have had their say on it. I think it's time to move on. We cannot continue the lamentations forever. At some point, people need to regroup. At some point, we need to. At some point, it's very important that there are efforts to make sure that parties move on, right? And as a democracy, we also need to make sure that we are advancing our democracies, right? So I don't think it's too early in the day. I actually do think that it's a step in the right direction, that there are those efforts being made to bring everybody together. And to see a political party kind of come back to do this conference at this particular time gives the opportunity for people to see each other again, to come back and to work. People have had their day in terms of airing their views, or in airing their concerns or their challenges, or as to why, or their problems as to why 2024 didn't really work and why the election was not won. I think people have had that chance to air those grievances, and so steps need to be taken to move on. So I think that is that for that. I mean, when you look in the US and in other political parties, there is a popular saying that you can walk and chew gum at the same time, which means that the business of national development can go on, but we also need to strengthen the political parties and strengthen our primary democracy, our constituency politics. And when I say this, I'm talking in general terms, right? Our constituency politics and our party structures and systems, because those are the foundations upon which our democracy works. If you look across the world, those parties that do not have strong political parties end up having very shaky democracies. And so there's an inextricable link between the strength of the political parties and a democracy. And so I think that's a step in the right direction.
Okay.
There are already contentions as to who's going to represent the Republicans when Trump leaves. I don't want to get into that, but there's a lot of talk going on. The Democratic Party itself is going through a lot of changes and a lot of restructuring. Already their national executives have come under fire, and there's a movement that is going on to change them, and there's all of that going on. So I think this is the step in the right direction. Now, if you talk about major figures within the parties being present in a conference, of course, it's great, it's nice to have them present, but I think that call lies on the figures themselves. Yes, when the last convention that was held, President Obama was there. Usually former Bill Clinton was there. Usually former presidents are there. That's a lot of color, a lot of credibility to them. But I think it's their call to make it, and also depending on the kind of conference that they may have, their presence may be significant, it may be symbolic, or it may be substantially relevant to whatever is going on. But the entire thing cannot be woven around those personalities. Sometimes it's symbolically great. It's significant. It's a signifier to show a certain respect to the old or to the past executives. But I don't think it's a sine qua non for the success of a particular conference or not. That being said, I think that the quality, the experience that they have, the wisdom, the knowledge that they have is always important. And so I've seen some of them participate even outside Ghana by Zoom or by teleconferencing or by other mechanisms. And in as much as possible, for logistical reasons that's not possible, I don't think that we should make much hay about that.
All right. Thank you very much for joining us. Professor H.S. Ikanko is with the University of Media, Arts and Communications at UNIMAC. Thank you very much for joining us on Metro TV's coverage or live coverage of the NPP's National Delegates Conference. At some point, we're going back to the field to get some interviews. But for now, we're continuing with our very contentious issues about the powers of the National Council and that of the conference. Now, there was something you wanted to say, because I want you to land quickly. I want to bring in your other colleagues.
And all I was wrapping up to say was that anytime there has been such a move like this, it is because they want to maintain, or it means that they want to gear the agenda towards one particular person. I think that we saw this in the last amendment that brought about the super delegates. Everybody spoke against it. I mean, we're actually even pushing for an all-card-bearing membership as the electoral college. And because they wanted to keep one particular candidate at a time, which was Nana Addo Dankwa, who was Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, they pushed it. All card-bearing members as the electoral college, I don't think, Moro, this is the first time. It was something that Paul Awontemi Afoko wanted to do with Sami Crap when they wanted to digitize or issue that, gather the database and put in that card system where card members could even pay dues for us to be able to monitor. They kicked against it. Why? Because they wanted it to go against Apple. And so this whole agenda thing is just because of one particular person. But as I said, as for me, one thing I know is that Ghana is moving forward. We are not going to wait for anybody. We are hoping and praying that our democracy becomes stronger and for that matter, a better one.
All right, let me bring in Mr. Kwabena Sample, because there's a number of things you said which you said you want to counter.
Yes, I'll group it into three.
Okay.
Leader of the party.
Right.
Top down. And 1st January. First, let's look at the leader of the party. Party constitution. The word lead. Sorry, you want to talk? Oh, sorry.
Okay.
If you go through the party constitution, the word leader is not found anywhere from one to end. You can't find leader for anywhere.
Okay.
The only thing you can do is to infer, because the National Council meeting is chaired by the chairman, because the chairman calls meetings, because the chairman chairs the National Delegates Conference, you can infer that the chairman is the leader. But it is not there. It is not.
It's not in the party's constitution.
No. The word leader is not in the party constitution. It's not.
But how come?
Listen, it has been convention. That's what we have done. Okay? And conventions, this is real. The National Council, the regional reps in the constitution are to be elected. But the convention has been selected. Until Afoko came, all of them have been selected. No. Selection is not an election. Selection, the national, the regional chairman and the constituency and the national chairman will meet and talk and say, we want Sapon, we want Moro, we want Mofase, we want you, we want him 5 in Greater Accra, for instance. At that time, there were 5. And then they will agree and just send their names. That is what was doing. Now, when Avoko came, they did not agree. Chairman and the national chairman did not agree in certain regions, okay? They wanted A and he wanted B or they wanted C. So he said, if that is the case, then go by the constitution. And so that time, all the regional representatives were elected at special regional delegates conference.
Congress.
Yeah.
That'll be a Congress.
Congress.
Because an election.
Yes. The regional delegates conference or Congress or whatever you call it to elect their regional representatives. It was a convention that the chairman at that time couldn't, because they couldn't agree, said, okay, then if we can agree, let's follow the constitution. And they did. Now, this party doesn't have it. But the convention has been that when we are in opposition, the leader of the party is the chairman. When we elect a flag bearer, the flag bearer becomes the chairman. That is convention. When we elect a president, the president becomes the leader of the party. That is the convention. Now, that has created a problem. Even during McManu's time, McManu, there was a fracas between McManu and Nana Ohinto. They were not talking. You know why? Because McManu thought that the party's chairman was an executive chairman.
To the general secretary.
McManu thought the party's chairman, if you read the constitution, it's an executive chairman.
Position.
And he was implementing it. Okay, and there was a problem. So I think the 2020, the 2012 or 2012 constitution, maybe they amended that one. Since then, I haven't heard that one being recorded again. But this is where we found that. So this time, one of the amendments is to determine who is a leader and put it in the constitution. It's one of the amendments. For the first time, we're going to have a leader described in the constitution with his duties. That is one of the amendments. So let us accept that. What you said that we don't have a leader and it's creating problems is true. I don't want to touch on Afoko and what happened. Oh yes, because there are so many things you are saying that is wrong. I don't want to talk about Alaji. Okay? No. I don't want to talk about Alaji Paul because so many things you have said are not true.
Very well.
But I'm not going to tell you.
That's your opinion. Of course, your opinion.
Remember the past to correct mistakes.
Your opinion.
And not to collect grievances. Right. It is because of that we say we found this lacuna. Okay? Where one person, like you were saying, felt I am the leader and I have to control the party. And the other party say, hey, wait a minute, I'm the flag bearer.
No, I'm the former flag bearer.
No,
at that time, no. He was a former flag bearer.
Don't let us go there.
We are talking about.
No, but when you go into an election, but Nanaya, no. when you go into an election, you lose.
Until
a new flag bearer is elected, you're still the flag bearer.
Mr.
Sapon.
So hold on.
We didn't have problem. So listen, we didn't have problem with Afoko, Nana Akufo-Addo, when he was not elected as a flag bearer, did not have any kind of control over the party. The problem exacerbated or became clear when he became the flag bearer. Because at that time, I don't want to go there, all there's a communication team members that have been selected by the national executives were changed when he became a flag bearer. That is, yes. He changed. No, I said were changed. I said when he became a flag bearer, yes, they were changed. Who changed them? He changed them.
So what I'm saying is, Afoko was elected in Tamale as chairman. They had to put in place their organizational organogram. They had to put people in place. They had to put their structures together. They appointed communication officers at the national level. When Nanado was elected flag bearer, they changed all of them.
That is what I'm saying. Don't let us go.
So what I'm trying to say is that you can't come as a flag bearer when there is a structure and then just begin to use your powers to remove
Oh, that's the information you got
there.
No, that was what it was. I was a member of the party at the time.
Sapon, that I'm saying, it is that lacuna which we are curing with this amendment.
Right.
That when he is the leader, who is the leader now controls the party.
Mr. Sapon, can I ask you a quick question? Can I ask
I made a statement earlier, which I'm sorry.
I know you are the host.
Sorry. I asked a question.
Yes.
And I'm beginning to have a rethink about it. So Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia,
yes,
contested the last elections.
Yes.
He lost.
Yes.
So the very minute that the Electoral Commission declares a winner, and it is not Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, going for what is he in the party?
He becomes an ordinary member of the party, period.
But in case of
because he has been vice president before,
he was a vice president. So
no, he becomes an ordinary member, but being a vice president
gives him a ticket.
Attend national council meetings,
national executive meetings,
national executive meetings, because he was a vice president, not because
he was a former flag bearer.
A flag bearer.
No.
So Mahmoud Bawumia does not win. The very day the Electoral Commission calls results, the leadership reverts to the national chairman. By convention.
By convention.
Because it's not in your party's constitution.
I do not want to, please. See, administratively, the party is an administrative trust.
Don't let us go there, because by convention, the leader will determine who even does the administrative work.
And that's what I'm talking about.
Yes.
See,
so if you don't have a leader,
you cannot tell me that the national chairman who leads or chairs the National Executive Committee, who chairs the National Council, who chairs the National Delegates Conference, who chairs the National Delegates Congress, who is the leader, who leads the policy draft of the organization, you understand me, with the support of the General Secretary as the head of administration, is not the leader of the party.
Mr. Sapon, why are you going to go back? We have told you that.
Who is the leader of Metro?
Mr. Sapon.
But he's saying that per your party's constitution.
Constitution. Who is the leader of Ghana?
No,
who is the leader of Ghana? Who is the leader of Ghana? Who is the leader of Ghana?
It's John Mahama, but because that's what the constitution says.
That is leader in the constitution.
No, I'm saying he's the president of this country.
So it's, and I'm say, Sapon is saying that.
Yes.
The word leader is not in the party.
Yes.
And I ask you, is leader in our constitution?
No.
Who is the leader of Ghana?
It's the president, who's John Mahama.
Who is the president of Ghana?
John Mahama.
How does he become the leader of Ghana?
Because we voted for him.
So I have voted for my national chairman. And I am telling
you, for your national chairman as leader of the party.
I am telling you, he's national chairman, and so he's the leader of the party. Did I vote for a leader of Ghana?
No.
I voted for a president.
No. Nana Sapon. You voted for a national chairman. Not a leader. And that's why
you vote for a leader of Ghana.
No.
I'm asking you.
By virtue of being president, executive president, he's the leader of the country.
So by virtue of the constitution saying I vote for a national chairman, and by virtue of the fact that he chairs all the top and, let me say yes, all the high decision-making bodies, he becomes the leader.
Mr. Sapon, we have seen that this is what is there, all right?
So if we
and
today,
it has caused a problem. Listen,
let me ask you a question. Let me ask you a question.
It has caused a problem for us. So we are going to change it.
No, if
and
today.
Stated. So why do you still want us to dwell on that?
So if today you go after your conference,
point dwelling on this,
and they say
it's not going to help anybody.
And they say that
it has been a problem for us, and you still want to dwell on it.
A polling station executive should become the leader of the party. All right, as against the chairman. Would that be acceptable?
Okay, all right. Let's move on.
Let's move on.
No, there are a few issues. No, he didn't land.
Let me just add something.
On this leader matter.
Yes. You see,
I think we're dragging it, don't you think so?
What the party is trying to do.
Yes.
We don't want to create misunderstanding.
Right.
At any point on who is leader or not.
Yes.
So what the party is doing now is to take a firm decision that at every point in time,
we know who the
we
leader
will know who is the leader of the party.
As it is in NDC.
As it is in NDC, as you can see. So that whether we are in power or we are in opposition or we are in heaven
when we are
or
in
we are wherever we
opposition,
are,
the flag bearer,
we know exactly that
who is the leader?
tomorrow, Adenta Kumi as national chairman is the leader of the party
Right.
at all times.
at all times.
All right. So there's no ambiguity.
Yes,
It has to
so
be
if
explicit.
Adenta Kumi is national chairman and Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia is president,
Yes.
it does not make Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia the leader of the party.
Right.
So that everybody can do their duties well.
Well, that's what we are trying
We
to
focus on government.
I get it.
Then Adenta Kumi also focuses on where?
Okay.
Being
No
national
problem. No
chairman.
problem.
So-
I mean, the fact that there's even a debate tells you that there's a problem.
There's a problem.
So it ought to be fixed.
Yeah, and that's
And
what we are
the only way
trying
to fix it is to be explicit about it.
That's
Yes.
what we are
That when we're in opposition, this is the person the leader.
Exactly.
When we're in opposition, this is the leader.
Exactly.
So there's no, so there's no grounds for any misunderstanding.
Yes.
That's fine. That's fine.
I agree.
Yes.
So let's move away from there.
Of
and go
course.
forward.
Let's move on. Let's
Yes.
move on. Let's move on.
Now, the
Like,
second
you
one-
agree with me that.
Oh,
The
who said
second
I
one-
agree with?
No, it's okay. It's okay. So I didn't.
The second one.
Who's that? Why? It's a diplomat too. I don't know. It doesn't want confusion. So young Konkwa.
No, the second one.
Yes.
is
Because I want to
top
bring
down.
you Musa. Musa has to leave us. So when you're done, I'll bring you Musa.
The second one is top down.
Okay.
Okay.
Right.
Those who are opposed to this decision
Okay.
have put up with the phrase
Okay.
top down. There's nothing in the constitution which tells us that we should do A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H before we elect the flag bearer.
Okay.
There's nothing in the constitution.
Okay.
So there's nothing like top down or top bottom or what. It's the phrase that have been coined by those who are against that decision to kind of push up their
To push the agenda.
to push up their agenda.
Okay.
In the constitution, there's nothing like that. Nothing like that in the constitution. So let us understand it.
Okay. Okay.
The convention is what has been practiced. The convention is since 1992.
I want to interrupt you here. As you said, we should.
Go ahead.
But I read somewhere that there is a constitutional provision that before the annual delegates conference, the one we have now, there should be a constituency
Elections.
Let me finish. Sorry. Yes, there should be a constituency delegates conference.
And the regional.
The regional delegates conference. Then you have the national. I mean, by parity of reasoning, that will mean bottom to top. By parity of reasoning. So those who are talking about the bottom up and top down approach are using the similar reasoning by parity of reasoning to say that previously you do it from constituency to regional to national, then the flag bearer. So that type of reasoning is what informs someone to say you are doing top down instead of the bottom approach. That parity of reasoning. So much as you say it is not in the constitution that top down or bottom up. There are other things in the constitution that give us the sense of bottom up.
Right. By inference, you are right. And like we say, we don't read constitutions by reading only one
that is why
chapter.
I gave you parity of
that's what I'm
reasoning.
saying
Yes,
by
yes.
this thing.
Yeah.
You are right.
Yeah.
We don't do that. Okay. So if we have to elect the constituency, we have to do constituency, do national, regional before we do national. Then by the same token, we must have to elect the constituency executives, the regional executives, the national executive before we elect them.
Yes.
So I can understand.
Yes,
I agree with you.
that's the reason.
By
Yes.
inference, you can say that. Okay. That is why one way or the other I support what you are saying by saying that we've done that by convention.
Okay.
Conventionally, we have elected all our flag bearers after the polling stations, the constituency, the electoral area, constituency executives, national executives, and regional executives and national executives.
Okay.
Before we come to the flag bearer, the only internal election we do after electing the flag bearer is election for MPs.
Okay.
They are the lowest one.
Okay.
So that is why those people, some people are saying, no, we are not doing top down or anything. We are just going what the Constitution says, and we can elect a flag bearer before 2 years before the election, and didn't tell us which election we should have before we elect them. That is why those who propose the date are using. That's why I say they haven't done anything wrong, but if you look at our convention, it would have been better for us if they had allowed us to do these elections before doing the flag bearer. Now we come to the third one, which is, why are we doing this? Why are they doing this? Okay, why are they doing this? Left to me alone, I don't support that decision. Period. I don't. But I'm not saying that, like, I'm not repeating it. I don't support that decision. Why are they doing it? They are doing this because. Okay, before I do that, let me give you a historical background. Now, in our history, from 1992, anytime we do a flag bearer race early, it favors the immediate flag bearer. That is what the immediate flag bearer wants. Dubai wanted it, Kufuor wanted it, Nana Akufo-Addo wanted it. This early Congress came in 2013. Immediately after the Congress, after the court case, you remember?
Yes.
It came up, Jake. Oh, let's do the conference right now. We got to do it now. I sat down with Jake one-on-one, and I know why he was saying that. So it has been done to support, not to support, because the immediate flag bearer wants an early Congress. And because it favors the immediate flag bearer. Kufuor used it. And I'll tell you what happened in Kufuor's time. Kufuor used it. Immediate election. Because before 1998 election, the two elections we've had, we did the elections in the year of election. 92, we did it in the year of election because that's when political party. 96, we did it in the year of election. We didn't do it 2 years before. At that time, we didn't have that clause. So when Kufuor came out of 96, they started pushing that we do an early Congress instead of waiting until the year of election. Okay? But he waited for us to elect all the party structures. So immediately we elected the national chairman, the push for early election came up again. And those who were against, when I say those of us, means those MPP people, who were against it, said, no, please wait. We have just elected national executives. And we must give them time to prepare for such a major election. Unfortunately, they had Damboki, who had been elected as the general secretary. He was the director of operations at the party office. So he had done elections before. And Damboki said, no, we have just been elected. If you want us to do the national delegates at this and the primaries tomorrow, we can do it. So don't use us as an excuse.
Okay.
Okay? So the Congress
what is it about early Congress that usually helps the immediate flag bearer?
It helps the immediate flag bearer.
Why?
That's what has happened.
Their names are still fresh.
Yeah, because they have just come out of the election.
Okay.
Okay, the delegates that elected them are there.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And they remember them quickly. Yes.
Quickly, you don't have enough time to pick up a campaign.
Okay.
So if we go now, I have to be a really bad candidate to lose.
But Mr. Sapon, the question is that at the end of pushing for an early flag bearer election, perhaps you help us later, does it help in the general election in all situations?
Well, let me tell what has happened, and that will be the results of early elections. Okay, so in 1998, we elected the officers in August. So under normal circumstances, we ought to have the primaries in 2000.
Yes.
The year 2000. At that time, we didn't have that 2 years and 1 year clause in our constitution. So when we elected these guys in August, those who were pushing for early Congress were successful. So the early Congress was done in September or October, just 2 months after the elections.
Okay.
But note, all the internal elections were completed before the early election took place.
The presidential primaries.
The presidential primaries took place. It is the same thing we are having now. Okay? The same thing. The flag bearer wants an early election. But the people who are, when they are doing, they will not come and tell you that we are doing it because we want the flag bearer to win. Nobody says that. But if you look at the events, that's it. Though the flag bearers always want early election. Okay? And if they are lucky enough to get the rest of the council is done, that Kufuor was successful in getting it done. Now,
so you're saying the flag bearer candidates?
Yeah, no, the immediate flag bearer.
Once
an early election. That has been the history. I'm not telling, this is not my inference.
Okay.
This is what it is because I've observed it.
Okay.
Okay? I've observed. Kufuor wanted an early election, is no exception. Nana Kufuor wanted an early election, and Bambunia wants an early election.
So would you agree that there are also other flag bearer candidates that also want an early?
I'm saying
I'm
saying that the immediate flag bearer
yes,
always want an early election. I'm not saying that he is the only one. If he's the only one, then we won't have the early elections. You see what I'm saying?
Okay.
But because he wants it, his mandate is able to get the rest of the people to support him and get that done. Now, this one, the excuse that they are using to do this is because there's lack of leadership in the party. There's too much want-to in the party. So if we have to wait until we go through all this, and the last executive will probably exit office in July. So they are saying that if we have to wait until July to complete all these elections, the party might have been in tatters.
Yeah.
Because we don't have good leadership at the moment.
Okay.
That is their only reason.
All right. Let me. I'll come back to you on this because we were not done with the reasons why we're doing this, and I still have some questions to ask you about why you think that the early Congress is not a very good idea. I'll come back to you because I need to pick your thoughts on that. Mr. Damkwa, you had long predicted that the MPP was going to find themselves in this situation, and per your scientific polls that you conducted, you said we're going to lose. There are some persons who had doubts, but the chickens have come home to roost.
The second time
the second time, yes. Now, the party is in opposition, and the party has to find a way out of the situation they find themselves. And so, two things have happened. One, early conference, early Congress. And you've seen some of the proposals that, the party supporters or parties, rank and file, or whoever they are, have sent out that they want conference to look at and possibly approve as being part of the reforms or part of the restructure or the reorganization process of the party. Put all of this in proper context for me as a scientific poster and a credible poster such as you. What do you think?
Right. Thank you very much, Moro, for having me and giving me a chance to have a bite on this. I largely agree with Mr. Sapon on all the comments he's made regarding the early Congress. And I would say that the current leadership plays a key role in this early Congress. Since the election, I don't think we've seen a very strong and a very coherent leadership in the MPP, especially in the parliamentary front. If you look at what NDC went through when they lost the election, they had a very consistent voices in parliament who were leading the party from that backbench or the minority front. At the moment, to be very honest with you, what we're seeing in parliament, I don't think is what most even MPP people expect.
Right.
And that has created this kind of vacuum of lack of leadership. And if that is the reason why they are going to Congress, for me, it makes more sense than to say that they want to unite people early before the next election. Because what they are doing right now is probably going to create more disunity unless the overriding reason is bought into by the other contestants. Because look, if people are aggrieved that the system is structured to deliver certain outcome, it makes it a lot harder to bring them on board after the person has won. Because they will say that, oh, this match was fixed to favor you. For that matter, when you win, it's going to even take you much longer because they think there's a bad faith in the reasons for the process. But you see,
but the party has close to 3 years to deal with this feeling amongst its rank and file. That's why they want to do it early. Because they foresee this, that some persons will not be happy.
As Mr. Sapon said, early Congress favors the just elected candidate who has lost.
Okay.
Because the delegate albums that delivered him is what is going to be used for the next election. Now, once there is dissatisfaction across the rank and file, but those who are dissatisfied have not found themselves into the album yet, you keep those grievances out of the system. They can shout, but they have no vote. Once you open up the process and allow them to move into the register, then the naysayers become louder.
Right.
And that could shake up the race. Because if you look at the current data we have, even among MPP voters who did not vote, if you look at how they intend to vote, if you ask them, that race is 40-40. The Ken is on 40 and Bama is on 40%. But among people who voted for Bama last time, the gap is much wider. It tells you the scientific reason behind doing this much early. And the problem for them is how they can keep the team united beyond this Congress. I think that is very, very important for them to do. I believe that they will put the supreme interest of the party above everything else, regardless of what they think to have been machinations. The party interest is more supreme than any particular individual. And I think that should be what must be guiding the MPP going forward.
Before you take leave of us, what are some of the things you'll be looking out for in this conference? If indeed, because as for you, you'll be polling. It doesn't matter who's in power, who's not. You'll be polling in terms of wanting to know what Ghanaians think of the political party. What, and whether they would vote for them in the next elections and so on, and how many of them. What are some, from where you sit, would be some of the key indications or indicators that you're looking out for? Post or join and after this conference, to sort of shape your opinion about whether the party is on course or not.
I think this will not give you any insight.
Okay.
Because the things that are going to be voted on, I just think that people would agree that it has to happen anyway.
Okay.
But the subject of whether early or late Congress to elect flag bearer is not on agenda.
Right.
Sure. That is where you would have seen whether the rank and file buy into that. That issue is not on agenda. So you can't really see how happy they are with the early Congress or how grateful they are with the early Congress.
Yeah.
And that is missing. For me, that would have been the best thing to use to measure the response of the grassroots.
I see.
So
that's interesting.
Just out of curiosity, don't you think that some of the things that led them to where they are today, they are repeating the same things?
No, I'm saying that, look, I've said that somewhere else, that they will not cure any problem that was there before with this process.
Really?
No, they won't.
That's interesting. Because the reforms that are
you see, the reforms are
for the future.
For the future. And the future for many voters is future after electing a flag bearer.
Which for you doesn't make sense.
Which doesn't make sense. You know, you can kill other more administrative and other things, but what really matter to gauge how accepted your rules are in terms of the changes is whether the system or the rules will be effective immediately or later. Okay. And when you make it later, it confirms people's fear that it's been engineered to favor a certain outcome. And that is what they must really guard against. And I think right now, that is the biggest elephant in the room.
Musa Dankwa is the Executive Director of Global Info Analytics. Thank you very much for your time. And he has to, he's the man of the moment. Everybody wants to have a piece of him, but he says he wants to go and take some rest. He'll be back to Metro TV later this afternoon, I guess 3 p.m. When Annie takes over the mantle of leadership as far as moderating of this program is concerned. So please stay with us. We'll take a short break. When we come back, Our guests are still seated here. They'll be with us till 3 p.m. Mr. Kwabena Sapon says he's ready to sit here till 3 p.m. He's given me the strongest assurance he will do that. And as for Alfred Kum, he's not going anywhere. He's my co-host. So Theophilus too, he's my personal lawyer, so he can't go anywhere. So please stay with us.
Branch manager. Of course, I accept only quality and affordable printed souvenirs for my promotional campaigns.
I'm the head of academic affairs of a very important institution in Ghana. Of course, we only deal with quality, reliable printing companies for our institution's printing materials. I'm talking about appointed time printing.
Appointed Time Printings. We take pride in our extensive print scope that transform your ideas into captivating visual masterpieces. We delve into the core objectives and vision of each print project. Precision printing is at the heart of our printing process as we meet your tight deadlines. Our rigorous inspection, color verification, and overall printing excellence are assured. 20 years of printing excellence. It's always a pleasure working with you to create a vibrant, dazzling printing experience that gives you a masterpiece. Appointed Time Printing, your world of quality and affordable printing.
Tucked between the vibrant energy of Accra and the scenic charm of the Kwabena Hills, our gated community offers the perfect blend of tranquility and accessibility. Welcome to Rehoboth Knightsbridge, where nature meets opportunity. Secure your future with fully serviced plots with well-tarred roads, reliable drainage systems, electricity, and water. Build your dream home in a community that cares for your well-being and safety. Indulge in premium amenities that redefine luxury living: a swimming pool, tennis court, basketball court, sauna and steam in the iconic shopping mall, all within reach. It's more than just a space. It's your sanctuary in the city. Wake up to mountain views, take a jog under palm-lined paths, and experience the perfect balance of city access and natural beauty. Starting at just 450,000 cedis with flexible payment plans. Visit www.rehobothpropertiesgh.com or call or WhatsApp 024-476-4499 or 020-495-0810. Rehoboth Properties, quality housing for all.
MGL Logistics and Supply is your trusted partner, providing seamless solutions for all your procurement needs. From sourcing products to managing imports and exports, we ensure smooth and efficient transactions every step of the way. Whether you require goods from across the globe or need assistance in exporting your products to international markets, we got you covered. General trading is at the heart of our expertise. We specialize in a wide range of products, catering to various industries and markets. As a trusted dealership in building materials, we provide high-quality products that meet the demands of our construction projects. Additionally, we act as manufacturers' representatives, connecting producers with distributors. Our expertise in logistics is the backbone of our operations. We plan and execute transportation and delivery of goods, ensuring they reach their destination on time and in optimal condition. MGO Logistics and Supply, guaranteed satisfaction.
Fifra ye free nyina ye de obedientia de ya fugia ne aduane saasro pintin bi aseda o me de ye di koye mu ne de awie nyina na makuafo modem so won fifre so ne enya bidio na so bate aseman Ghana mu a akuafo akoya abo popo obo wasio na so da su kache wona sam fifre mama mu nyina nya bidie na nso mpuntudwo mu aka akiri pa ekwambe ne ebefa so ama akuafo fifre ho abanfa so de aban hyehye ne dwumadi ahodo ode bre akuafo no bo wote ase feed Ghana ye den na nkokọ ketenkete so mfa so ama akuafo so ye den we inti na hyehye dwumadi esunkwa ya to ne akuafo mo ye de bre original TV and Metro TV so dwumadi beba akwanya ama mpanyimfo anim de ewa abafukaye mu akire wadwen ye je akuafo ha no amane akoji mu aye e de free abamu mpanyimfo ho enimi ni ehia akuafo nyonko samo honto eda joada enwumre no nso kosi ne no nwotwe e original TV so saanso na da yawada enwumre no nwotwe kosi no nkono e Metro TV so akuafo mo Ghana akuafo abomode na yempene wo.
Ekuafomo is sponsored by ACAP Compost. ACAP Compost comes in 3 varieties. ACAP Compost, ACAP Compost X, ACAP Compost Plus.
Back in the day, you tune in radio from morning, and you don't want to miss out because anybody who comes on is massive.
Back in the day on Metro TV, Mr. BKD anyway.
Back in the day, mentioning the place that you used to live, no, that meant that you were Dadaba.
Oh, how?
Because we are the ones who went to Saito.
I wasn't really a nightclub person.
No, I mean,
the only times I went to the nightclub, Yoko Dixon took me.
Yeah.
You have a Walkman by your side. Now that was your selector. The Walkman was your selector. So when you play the first song and you want to change the song, you have to start cueing your next song through your headphone.
Hi, my name is Ivan Kwashika. I'm the CEO of Farmhouse Productions. I'm a film director, producer. You are watching Back in the Days with Sammy B on Metro TV.
Massa, we a guy and yes, Sammy B a feature. This is Back in the Day. Keep watching.
Welcome to Cook Africa. Straight to the Ashanti region. Hey, well, I'm talking about boys. You go back there today. Even a few days ago, you were trending. You and this character went Gavi.
Ginger, the ball nako. Or the ama spices, the ama salt. We beat my chance. Or the ama money they call. Debbie, welcome, go cake.
So my grandmother took care of me. Okay. So she actually taught me how to do this.
Anywhere you there, I go there.
Everything in the world revolves around science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. Enough of classroom memorization. Science must be practical. That is why the Quiz Talk is bringing Ghana's first ever national STEM quiz. This program will spark the students' interest in STEM. Science, of course, is the mother of all creation. Starting from creation itself, from the plants to the animals, everything you see is about science. STEM careers drive modern economies. From engineering and medicine to software development and space exploration.
Engineering combines both science and technology to solve various problems around our society. For example, the roads we use, the cars we drive, and the airplanes we use to transport ourselves from one country to the other. What can you do to solve human problems? Come, join us on Quiz Talk, coming soon.
So come to Quiz Talk and then demonstrate your skills and help us with the STEM education.
In Ghana's evolving economy, staying informed isn't an option. Business never sleeps. Markets shift. Deals are made. Power moves happen. From the boardrooms to the marketplaces. From government policies to global market trends, we bring you the insights, the analysis, and the strategies that shape your money, your business, and your future. Join us every Tuesday and Thursday from 12 noon to 2 p.m. on Good Afternoon Ghana Business on Metro TV, your ultimate guide to Ghana's evolving business landscape.
Smart, bold, unapologetic. This is Annie Ampafo. The voice of reason, a force of media. She's the one Ghana turns to every Monday morning for the headlines that matter and the conversations that shape all of us.
And on the basis of Article 34, that's the Directive Principles of State Policy, we meet here again this morning and you're welcome to Good Morning Ghana.
And when the afternoon rolls in, she's back, cutting through the noise, asking the tough questions, and bringing clarity to the issues that matter.
A committee to investigate containers carrying ECG cables that are meant for Ghanaians or meant to provide light for the good people of Ghana.
In the morning, in the afternoon, Annie Ampofo isn't just reporting the news. She's shaping the conversations that shape all of us. Annie Ampofo, smart, fearless, unmatched, only on Metro TV.
What premium shall we place on our health? Is it to wait and get hit with a condition? Or on a daily basis, how do we check the body before health slips away? Living Well is the lifestyle series that will help you get tips to some health issues. My name is Ethel Poplampo. Join me every Saturday at 10 a.m. on Metro TV for the Living Well show.
Living Well is brought to you by Fontina 74 Mixture.
They say art is a symbol because man is a symbol. Symbols are a depiction of life. They communicate the intangibles and leaves the mind awakened by the wonders of life. Our folkloric symbol show talks about our symbols in connection to our history, religion, and society's norms and traditions, from the north down to the south and in between.
The animal is called le. But because they are found on the hill out there, the name of the hill became Legon, which means when you go there, you get more of the leg to hunt or you take them as game.
Join us on our folkloric symbol show on Metro TV.
Next season on the Gen Z show.
I want to have you saying, tell me no. What to wear it?
My name is Lakisha. Join me and my guest live on Metro TV socials, Facebook, TikTok, IG, every Saturday at 12 noon. What's happening in our world as Gen Zs? Who is getting dragged? What the bloggers are saying? The latest settings in town. And of course, what's given and not given. And yes, why are Gen Zs getting fired in our corporate jobs in America?
Oh, hey Robin, how's everything?
Hey, everything's fine. I just wanted to let you know I won't be coming in today.
Really? Make a date with me on the Gen Z show, because I'm not doing this without you. Oops! Do you like what you see? Yes, because this season is about to get more dramatic.
Why are you talking to another girl?
She's not real. It was an AI girlfriend. Okay. I won't.
So yes, I've got some interesting topics you wouldn't hear from anyone on the dating sites. The Gen Z show, I got you.
Good morning, Ghana. Wake up to the big matters of the nation with Moro Awudu.
Good morning. Welcome to the show. This is Good Morning Ghana on Metro Television.
You left power at a time when you couldn't feel second to speak.
Hey, I have my standards, you have your standards.
No. I'm never going to tell you for a second.
Every morning, live on Metro TV.
If we don't do it, our energy sector will collapse and we'll be in the darkness. And it is actually going to cost us more to be in the darkness. You lost me about 2 terms back.
2025 all the way to 2028. That's the meaning of it. Because the government says that they are extending that tax. What is sensitivity? And that's offensive and honorable Dr. Forces are committed.
Unfiltered insights, groundbreaking perspectives.
Expenditure is key, but you can't spend when you don't have the money.
We go again next day. Good morning, Ghana.
We brought you the hottest trending music videos, insightful interviews with your favorite celebrities, and some
dance moves.
We also got your favorite celebrity talking about their deep, goofy, and interesting sides you and I can see on cameras and social media.
But hold up, this season we are bringing you a whole new different vibe. Spanking new videos, top 5 countdown, and the all-new segment dubbed MVC Experience, where we bring you close to music, fun, and more interesting vibes. Don't forget to follow us on our social media handles, MVC Official TV.
Excuse me, sir.
Hello.
Please, next time, can you put it in a dustbin?
Okay, I'll do that. Thank you.
Welcome.
Thank you. I'll not do that again.
Okay.
Thank you.
Girl, how are you? I'm fine. I've really missed you.
Look at how she's looking so fabulous.
I know, right? Thank you.
Auntie Naya.
Yes, dear.
Uncle Kofi.
Yes, dear.
All you've been teaching me about sanitation, I've been teaching my friends at school, and it has been absolutely great.
Really? Wow.
That's a great impact you're making now.
Sure. Keep it up, girl.
Okay.
Sure.
Auntie Naya.
Yes, dear.
I need to tell you something.
Go ahead.
If we want to be successful as a people, we need to be aware of the importance of sanitation.
That's true.
That's true. You're right, Amma. You're right. That's true.
Naya, do you know sanitation is so important and crucial in our society?
Yes, Kofi, and I thank God for Kids Sanitation IQ, which you can also just say KS IQ. It is an important show that you don't need to miss it.
Kids Sanitation IQ. That's a great show. I understand the show has been designed for the kids to educate the public on some special sanitation categories.
I know, right? And I learned they will also educate the public on sanitation for environmental and community development.
I also understand they would educate the public on sanitation for educational development.
Wow.
Yeah.
Education, you say?
Oh, God.
Wow.
Right.
It is amazing. They also have sanitation for health development.
Oh, health
and
development.
sanitation for corporate.
Corporate and health, Nana.
Don't play.
This one will intrigue you. I understand this kids will educate the public on sanitation that benefits the needy.
The
Isn't
needy,
it
you
amazing?
say?
Absolutely.
Wow.
It's amazing.
It is amazing.
Oh, God.
Don't miss this
You
show.
don't have to miss the Kids Sanitation IQ show.
To participate in this contest, please call 0209 300 300, 0209 300 300 for an audition. Don't miss the KSIQ show. Be there.
We must strive at all times to make the Ghanaian people realize that they are the greatest beneficiaries of the policies and programs of Akufo-Addo government, and that all these policies and programs will be at great risk if we allow the NDC to come back to power again. They will certainly collapse them because, as they have said, time without number, they do not believe in these laudable policies.
Well, this is Metro TV's live coverage of the ongoing MPP's Delegates Conference. We took a little breather. We needed to stretch our arms and our legs to sip on some water and some tea. My guest is still here with us. Mr. Kwabena Sapong is a stalwart of the New Patriotic Party, a leading member of the New Patriotic Party. Also, Theophilo Jimega Jr. is an engineer and a lawyer, also a member of the NDC's communications team. I also have Alfred Abebi-Okumi, who is, affectionately called Adenta Kumi, very popular young man. He's a youth activist, he's very passionate about the youth. He's also with us here on Metro TV, which is your election central, and we're bringing you live coverage of everything you need to know about the NPP's ongoing National Delegate Conference. Now, we're talking about close to 6,000 delegates who will be converging at the sports stadium, University of Ghana, Legon, right here in Accra, Ghana. My name is Awudu Moro, and I've been here since 8. We're going all the way to 3 p.m. But this group of analysts and resource persons will be leaving us at somewhere 12:30 thereabouts. And then Annie, if you're Ampop, who is my colleague, will be taking over from that time. So there's one issue that came up, in fact, during the conversation, Alfred, and I want to ask you this. Now, if you listen to what Mr. What's the name of Musa Dankwa said before he left in his analysis of this matter of early Congress and so on and so forth, even when you listen to Mr. Kwabena Sapong, he talked about the fact that usually early Congress tend to favor the immediate past flag bearer of the political party. Here we're talking the New Patriotic Party. And so it is not far-fetched for anybody to assume or to even, suggest that Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia was actually in favor of an early Congress because the album favors him, the sentiments are still there, it still favors him, and so on and so forth. And so this whole thing is some kind of a charade, some kind of a facade, it's a smokescreen to maintain Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia as the flag bearer of the party going forward. I know you are a very, very ardent and a very strong supporter of Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia. I'm sure this is not the first time you've heard this. And how do you respond to critics who say this?
Moro, thank you, and welcome back. Welcome back to the show. I'm not the host, but I want to welcome back your listeners. So, Moro, you know where I used to be before Dr. Bawumia became flag bearer.
Yeah, you were supporting Alan supporter.
Yes, and I keep telling people that when it comes to Bawumia, people may make a lot of allegations, say that he was a Kufuor's candidate, which I personally, I'll disagree. And I had that same perception.
Right.
But you see, when you get closer, it's like a mirage. When it comes to Dr. Bawumia and the support he gets in the party, it looks like, there are people there that are pushing him. But when you get closer, there's something that you realize. Moro, you realize that Dr. Bawumia is that person that works himself. Oh.
Yeah.
Recently, I was arrested.
Yeah.
When I got home, I had received 5 calls. My wife had answered 5 calls from Dr. Bawumia. At every point in time, he wanted to know if I had returned. When I got home, I spoke to him.
Okay.
When I left MPP, on my birthday, the person I was following, Moro, you know the story. I've shown it to you.
Yes.
The person I was following did not even wish me happy birthday. But I had a call from Dr. Bawumia telling me that this party belongs to us. He said, this party belongs to us. And anytime I want to return, he will make sure that nobody in the party will attack me and wish me a happy birthday. The man's personal touch, you can call Adumaku Befi and ask them, his personal touch with people. You see, I would say that the problem with Dr. Bawumia is that he doesn't show off what he's doing. But the kinds of relationship he has with the individuals in the party, today he's in this one's house, tomorrow he's in the other person's house. And it's not about the optics. Some people say, why is it that there are things that we are not seeing Dr. Bawumia doing? I would say that is a problem for him. He doesn't want to do things for people to think that he's doing it because he's running for something. He's genuinely doing it. And sometimes in politics, balancing being genuine and balancing the politics is very difficult, because it's like someone I know, Dr. Tiopoku Brempe. He does a lot of good to people, but you never hear him say that I've done this for that, I've done that for that. But in our politics, you say, that is the politics that we are in. So someone telling you that Bawumia was imposed on the party, I don't see how true that could be, because the Bawumia I know and the work he does is serious. I'm telling you, the Bawumia I know and the kind of work he does, the grassroots work he does, the people he visits. You'll be surprised to know that recently, Greater Accra, Bawumia has visited all chairmen. Have you ever heard it anywhere? Have you seen photo anywhere?
You're talking regional chairman?
I'm talking about constituency chairman.
Constituency chairman.
He's visited all of them. That's what I'm saying, that it's a good problem
and
he has.
You're saying he visited them physically?
Physically.
In their constituencies?
In their house, in their homes. In their homes. With secretaries, had conversations with them. So the Bawumia we see outside is different from the Bawumia will meet you and ask you, like, how's your wife? How's everything? When I had this recent issue, the next 2 days, the man was in my home doing what? Came with no siren, nothing. I was just there and I got a call that I should make sure that they open the gate, then he enters. Quiet. He does it Nicodemously. So before I even talk about how intelligent he is, his policies and the rest, there's a personal touch. And when he sees you, has a conversation with you, wherever he meets you, he remember your name. He even knows the nickname that everybody is calling you. I recently saw a video of a lady in Kumasi, political mavis we all call her. Just went to shake Dr. Bawumia, and Dr. Bawumia mentioned her name. This is someone that has never had a one-on-one with the man, but the man mentions her name and she's so happy about it that, hey, the former vice president mentions my name. So Dr. Bawumia as a person is putting in a lot of work. The problem is that he's not making it optical for us to see what he's doing. And when it comes to elections like this, you want to be very careful of people knowing your moves. And that I understand. I think the Sanshu wrote, he said, when you are, the art of war, he said, when you are close, pretend to be far. Because the act of war is based on something we call deception. And in politics, it's about deception and perception. You don't want your enemy to know how far you are going. So these are some of the things we have to be true to the facts. You can call Adumaku Befi and ask him, when he was sick, how did Dr. Bawumia here come to the hospital and pay his bills? How many times has Dr. Bawumia visited him in his home? You should call party chairman. He himself is trying to build a personal relationship with the people. He's trying every day. The 8 years of being vice president, he spent time to do that homework. Knowing people.
Are you saying this is what makes this unique or different? You've never experienced something like this before?
Sir, you know what they say about politics?
Yes.
It's like football. It's a contact game. If you cannot make contact with people, forget it. President Kufuor, I remember an older man, I was in his house, very close to President Kufuor, telling me about President Kufuor when he was running for. He said he had people he knew, they didn't support him. Christmas, you come to your house and bring you a sheep. I was a movement for change, and Dr. Bawumia was reaching out to me on my birthday. What does it mean? I don't know if you are.
It's called poaching.
Yes.
Poaching.
He's not telling you that come and support me. He doesn't come and say come and support me. He's letting you know that you and I, we are friends. We can discuss any matter that you deem that can help us. And he's asking you, what do you think I can do to help my campaign? He has not told you, come and support you. You never hear that from him.
You know, it's a political strategy. I mean, it is to keep you not to be against me,
yes,
and not to be for me. So you become.
But if it's a political strategy, he's getting his political strategy right.
Yes, he's getting
it right.
But
the other thing is this. Now, you've only extolled his virtues in terms of what he stands for: kind person, he cares, he has empathy, etc., etc. But you've not responded to the question I asked earlier as to whether this early Congress is actually meant to favor him specifically, because that's the feelings some people have. That's the suspicion some people have.
I understand.
And as a follow-up question, do you think that for someone like Dr. Mahmoud, because you're quite close to him, would he care if the elections were, say, by the end of next year, middle of next year? Would he care?
You see, if you know Dr. Bawumia, one of the things you realize about him is that when there's something ahead of him, no matter the time, he believes in preparation.
Okay.
For him, before the party did their research, he had done about 7 other research.
7?
Yes, I'm telling you.
The research was to look at what? Whether he is still a formidable
figure have to.
Within the party.
For him, he believes in data. He believes in... So, our last research or polls that we had, they say a lot of people got it wrong. So he says that now we will not depend on just 3 people. We want to depend on 7 people.
Okay.
7 different
Good.
people.
So hold on right there. We want to depend on 7 people. Let's go to the ground a bit, just for a few minutes. If you're Andor, actually, my colleague is talking to some delegates. She's interacting with them. Let's listen to them.
I want to speak to you.
Oh, you want to speak to you? Okay, that's okay. You can go ahead.
And I am say I see who say Baba the men constitution the Baya partner Banya Horden Auko Nanim Ntina Yawaha.
It's who feels says I ain't shame, Mamma shame him. More shame him say, and Yamabekoye ama party no.
Pacha.
It's a dear potty, Jumadia Ben, who say, oh, Baby Duaha, a dear now, Baby.
Me Baba, where the woman see a amendment, no. There was a Ntina me buy.
It's an amendment, no, see, we are, and then I will shame him say, a Bessie or party.
Minim say, Timmy and say, a beb war party. The amendment in the year, in January 2026 January, Timmy Tuabana, a beb war party.
Okay, may I say? It's also dinner day.
Alaji Mustafa Akurugo.
Who for here?
Bongo Constituency Chairman.
Okay, Bongo Constituency Chairman. Thank you very much. Alhaji Mustafa Akurugo there, the Bongo Constituency Chairman. He is here to, do whatever he has to do for the party. I have another one here with me. My name is Ifwa with Metro TV. What's your name?
My name is Mudashiru Adebayo, Volta Regional Nasara Coordinator.
Volta Regional Nasara Coordinator. What are you looking forward to today?
Today, I think everything will go safe and, we hope the party is going to grow.
Okay, let's talk about the 2024 elections. What do you think went wrong in this election?
Oh, in fact, as for that one, it has already passed. So now we are now looking for the amendment to be passed. Then I think everything will be okay. Yes.
Do you feel there was enough engagement between the party leadership and the party members?
Very well. Very well. It's going to be well. It's going to be well. It's going to be well.
Right. So you feel there was enough engagement between the two parties?
Very well. Very well. Things will be okay. Very well. As for MPP, we are for the democracy. The party bid on democracy. So I think everything will be okay. Yes, by the grace of Allah. Yes.
Thank you very much. Yes. Yes. Hello. Good morning to you.
Good morning.
Yes. My name is Ifwa. I work with Metro TV. What's your name?
I'm Emilia Jimfradonko.
Okay. From where?
Ablekuma West Constituency.
Ablekuma West Constituency.
And the second vice chairperson.
And the second vice chairperson. Okay. It's the day is here. It's all about unity for the MP. What do you look forward to?
I expect all candidates, all delegates to work towards unity, as you have said, because we have gone through a lot. After the election, most of us are traumatized, actually. Most delegates or most members are discouraged in a way. So our expectation is that whatever they are bringing on board is something that has a sense of unity for us. That is all we are looking for, nothing else.
You're speaking with so much passion. Let's go back to 2024. What do you think went wrong? And how do you think that you can fix it?
I think we should all blame ourselves. I apportion the blame from the top to the bottom. It is from the hierarchy to the lowest. We all were contributors to this, our defeat. Therefore, we should make amends by coming together. That is the way forward. If we really mean business, by coming back to power in 2028, all we need is our unity.
Do you think the voices of delegates are genuinely heard? Do you think your voices are genuinely heard?
Even if they were not heard in the past, this time round, I think they will be heard. Yes.
So do you trust that today's Congress will lead to a meaningful change within the party?
Yes, of course. Yes.
Anything else you'd want to share with us before you go in?
All I want to advise our people, party members, from the hierarchy to polling station people and members, is that the elephant is a huge animal, and all he needs is the workforce through unity. We should know that we are one people, we are one unit. We don't have enemies among ourselves, okay? It is a unit in a whole. If we come together, we can change the party, we can change the narrative. NPP was once a party that Ghanaians trusted so much. We can bring back that trust by coming together and working together. We don't have enemies among ourselves. Our enemy is the NDC. Our enemy is the NDC. Thank you.
Constitution, there should be an amendment for the delegates. I mean, if we talk about the delegates, constituency officers, regional officers, and national officers, we represent those from the polling station and the electoral area. So we are here for an extraordinary conference, which is not the first of its kind, because you remember it happened in 2015 and it is repeating itself in 2025. We are looking forward for a very successful conference, and we know our leadership. We have confidence in the NEC and in the leadership of the National Party that whatever decision and whatever amendment they are bringing into our constitution, it is in the betterment of the great elephant.
Let's talk about, I've been asking all of the delegates this is very question. The 2024 election, what do you think went wrong?
Well, I don't think something went wrong, and at the same time, I also think something also went wrong. You may ask me why. Why I'm saying this is, you know, Ghanaians believe in the 8-year mantra until 2020, when we realized Ghanaians vote based on issues. You know, President Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, led by the New Patriotic Party, did a whole lot of job, work, developmental projects, infrastructure, and the well-being of the ordinary Ghanaian. Talk about the free SHS, the 1D, 1F, the nursing training allowance, and other issues. We realized in 2024 that Ghanaians were expecting much from the then NPP government. We know we've lost the election, all right, but we have a strong belief that per our policies and what we did for the ordinary Ghanaian, if you look at women as a whole, since the inception of the Fourth Republic, John Ejekum Kufuor, who brought the school feeding, who introduced the NHIS, means well for the vulnerable, I mean the women. And Akufo-Addo continued in 2017, and we are off power in 2024. We are looking forward in bouncing back stronger, and we know in 2028, inshallah, after all these amendments and with a formidable force, we can win the presidency and many parliamentary seats. You're welcome.
Let me speak to another delegate here. Good morning to you. This is Metro Television. My name is Ifwa. What's your name?
I'm Jonathan Tebirisa.
From where?
I'm Gomwa East, the communications director for Gomwa.
Communications director for Gomwa East. Jonathan, what exactly is your role here today?
We're here for the amendment review. and also to finalize, especially on the amendment review, to see the way forward for the new patriotic party, especially in winning elections 2028 for a good governance in Ghana.
Do you think or do you believe that the voices of delegates are genuinely heard?
MPP is a party that for years we have been recognized for not just patriotism but for democratic processes, and for us to value democratic processes, it means that the voices of people, which we believe is the voices of God, should be the mandate of the party, and that is what we usually do. So we're here today, and we're here today just because to more or less protect and make sure the voices of delegates, voices of ahead.
Let's go back to the 2024 election. What do you think went wrong?
If there is anything that went wrong.
All right, pardon me. I'm having some, I've got some biscuits here. My company is taking very good care of all of us. So you may want to join us. It's going to be a long day, so you can understand. But anyway, so let's go to the other side and look at what's happening on the other side of things. So Bernard Intribo-Isiakon, who is the Ashanti Regional Chairman of the NPP, is also there with Nana B, who is the national organizer of the party. Michael Lado, please take it over.
Your security, so
this guy.
I party for so will be a bit dressed with people. And say, I said that, and I have back with some Cassia, MPP, Yamba, near Babu, near Ma. Your dream set, your Jitumu, a bit my boy, your party, no, a year 2028. So Mobakai, a year 208. Abra, you ran another than Kwakufa, the coin, no, Sabreno. Your coin, your Sabaya, your Sabaya, Shaya, Sabrena, chairman for Kwan and Netwaba. And 208, no, ye Bessia, BBT say, yes, sir, set aside, dear. Don't do natural say was see the polling stations a can and say no be and then Nancy say any be and then Abba say Kwan Bears when you bet me a fire, bet me then she say papa ba. Ama man for you know who's a party no. And you almost so dear. The party is for the ordinary, it's for everyone. And unti and Yaba. A man for the about 300 proposals. Okay, article 19. Obia the any proposals no the abre a year general secretary a month ago or published ascended by regions in the constituencies. He has done well. And then I do say, Yeba Chusun Tonto, Nani Yatum, that Miamaya Hoding na Yatimi Abwabwa who year for 2028. And Unti Anna Yaba, and Tina Ayasumi.
Is the MPP ready to win back power in 2028?
Yes, we are ready to win the power 2028. That is why we have used Article 13, Clause 1. The Article 13, Clause 1 says that anytime we are in opposition, no less than 24 months, we can do the elections. So because of this, the National Council have make a decision that on January 31st, we should do, what do you call it, the presidential primaries first before any elections. Happened in 1995. You know the Fourth Republic, 1992, when Professor the election, it was less than 3 months. After that, the party realized that we didn't have much time to campaign. Because of that, 1995, when the J.A.K.O.4 also won, we went. That time is about, at the same time, about 6 months. Okay. That is why the party, make the law that Article 13, Clause 1 will be good. So 1998, the same people who voted 1995, because that time, their time wasn't finished. So the same people who also voted J.A.K.O.4 in 1998. And we went to the election 2000. So it means that he has 2 years clear month to campaign. You see, that is why the party, we find it as essential at the moment when we are in the opposition that when we do the presidential primaries first, it will help us, you know, for us to have more time, you know, to go for the election 2028. That is why at the moment the National Council has made that decision. That one is different from today's one.
Yeah, so that's not up for discussion today.
No. It's a purely, that one is a purely, is the discretion of the National Council to make that decision. So that the 1st January, I think that it will be good. Then we have a lot of things like minor and major registrations and stuff, then we can concentrate. And so many problems also in the party and stuff, you know, that's it. So we see Muntamua. Now, and I would do what I say. And you know, so when we vote, no matter whatever, big party like this, we cannot think the same. That is why somebody also have to bring his idea, somebody have to bring the idea, but at the moment the National Council has made a decision, so that one has finished. No matter whatever, it will come to pass for us to have the leader on 31st January.
Enim say si ekabo mu a yame ya adoma 2028 no Ghana fo no abehunu say e fata say yesan ba afa so akwanya ye de abase yembe delegates no mu na nipa bebre enche adwen party fo a wo masom party da womo bia omo je womo ahome no yema womo akwanya no womo soso ye susue bia womo enfa womo anuntum ene say former MP, former executives, womo baba to aba no womo so akere ya dwen.
Omo bani kufo ene ha no me say yewura akufo ado so ene ha ha party ni hye ya mo abe ye no.
Oh obia ya bobo hu ya te ase mampanyin kufo ni yewura akufo ado omo eni ha nanso so omo agya yachi enti ubohu se obia de nanu asem ebeba abese amanfo nkran.
There's a motion that when the party is in power, we are expecting a unifying conference. We are here to make amendments to the constitution to bring everybody on board. The ultimate objective is to have every MPP member have a right to vote. But this is a significant step towards that. So that's what we are doing, to make sure that the polling stations, who are the bulwark and the bedrock of our party, they will be able to have a voting right. So I'm appealing to all the delegates to help make this possible a reality. Thank you very much.
You suffered a defeat in the 2024 elections. I also believe that you should allow for some healing before going ahead with this.
This is the spirit of healing.
Well, we're trying to resolve a whole lot of issues with the party, the processes that we go through to elect presidential candidates as well as executives. And I hope this would come out. Well, he's a very senior member of our party. And if things are going on without his being invited, then I think he is justified in complaining. So I would say he must have a good justification for complaining. So that's it.
And that you should have allowed for some healing before going ahead with this. What would be your reaction to that?
Should have allowed for what?
Healing.
Okay. Well, we all have different perspectives with respect to asking the party for time to heal. What we find is that sometimes the circumstances do not allow for that time of healing. I believe this Congress should lay down the processes for us to bring together all the people who feel injured, who feel hurt by various actions taken by the National Executive or some of the officers, and especially in the constituencies where there is a lot of friction.
Since 1990.
We are moving ahead. We are excited, invigorated. We will recover.
So, some, what we call sights and sounds or footages from the ongoing National Delegates Conference of the New Patriotic Party. Sorry?
About 12, I'll go to the grounds.
Oh, yeah, very soon. Yes. My guest will be leaving me at some point. They would have to join the other colleagues on the grounds because that's where the action is. So anyway, but I'm surprised the event hasn't started. It was supposed to have started at 8, and it's almost 11:52. In fact, I recall on Good Morning Ghana, I was asking Richard Ayagba, whether the program was going to start at exactly 8, because consistently we've had situations where a specific time is promised to Ghanaians, is advertised to Ghanaians, but then, the political parties hardly, stick by the time. And I think it's quite unfortunate because what it does is that it sort of disrupts and disorganizes media houses in terms of how they deploy their personnel and so on and so forth. And I think that has to change at some point. You can't say 8 and it's almost 12. The program hasn't started. So what this means is going to eat very deep into the night, perhaps around 8 or 9 p.m. Because look at the number of proposals that have been tabled before conference to look at. It's unacceptable. But anyway, so I want to pick your general thoughts because so far you haven't said anything yet. And then, Ekwabena, when it's done, I'd want us to, because we have about 30 minutes to leave here, I want us to take a critical look at the values that the MPP believes it has lost, and a lot of it. You want to revisit those values, the value of sacrifice, service, and then there's another one, service, sacrifice, and one other one. Service, sacrifice, you mentioned one other one. There was one other one that you mentioned. Yes, sacrifice and one other one. There's 3 of them. But anyway, I'll get back. Because I'm looking at your theme, rebuilding with our core values. So I want to know these values that the party has lost and whether realistically you can claw those values back. And how did the loss of these values manifest itself in the last administration and perhaps the administration before, maybe Kufuor and that of Nana Addo Dankwa. But Theo, let me pick your thoughts generally based on everything that's been said so far. You said nothing yet.
You were right that I was largely absent from
yes.
the MPP
It is not your
discussion.
event.
Oh, you did.
Yes,
it is not your event.
It's because it's NDC MPP issue.
Yes.
But let me quickly say, during the week, I got a call from somebody from the US who is asking me to research and see how we can sue the two political parties about the way they do their elections in Ghana.
Right.
And I'm still researching, and things like this are interesting that might come up for the Supreme Court to give meaning to Article 55 of the Constitution, where the parties are supposed to conduct their polls that will be in consonance with the national constitution.
Okay.
So we are doing a bit of research to find out if they are conducting their internal elections according to how the directed state principles are. So we are doing research. I want to say again that I don't think what is being done now will favor the MPP just for 2028.
Okay.
Now, you ask a question, how do we solve those who feel alienated now?
Yes.
And bringing them on board
Yes.
after the flag bearer is elected?
Yes.
You heard, I think, pre or post the last primaries for MPP, or during that time, Kennedy was saying, how can you treat me this way and ask me that let us forgive, you are doing reconciliation? I think it was a thank you talk.
Yes.
When that happened. And when people take entrenched positions because of marginalization, it becomes very difficult to reconcile them. No matter the amount of years you have for the reconciliation, it becomes very difficult. There are people who feel, let us get to the end, they will come along. And there are people who never come along. I am only hoping that the resolutions being tabled today, I told you earlier, it's fait accompli. They are only going to shout, yeah. You won't hear anybody shouting no. Because majority of the people even don't know what is being tabled to be voted on.
They haven't read it.
They haven't read. Even the people on that you expect to read will even not read. So a lot of people will just say, Chairman says we should all agree. We are all agreeing, yeah, and it will go on. However, I again said it here, and I will again say it, that I don't think that the current government will lose focus on how to make them maintain 2028. I believe MPP, I don't know, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think after every election defeat, there's an amendment to the Constitution.
Yeah, something like that.
Yes.
I think we've done in 09,
Yes.
12.
Yes.
And there's 17.
17, there was a 17 one.
It's just a small amendment.
There was a small one. So
we took a lot there.
Yes.
We did only a few.
You see, but if you look at much as the Constitution is a living document that is capable of growth and to meet the aspiration of the people as they are growing, you cannot be amending after every little thing or after every 4 years, let me put it that way. So I think that it is time someone takes time to say, hey, hold on, let's look at this. What do we need to do and how do we achieve that? That will help. Otherwise, you see, he was reading, when Nanaya was here, he was reading something and you were reading another. He realized that he was reading something from a previous constitution that has been amended. So, yes, and you will see that even the people who are supposed to know might not know.
Do you find anything wrong with the party amending its constitution every 4 years?
No, I don't find
to
anything.
Respond to the challenges that the party faces?
It means that they are not able to be futuristic, to see that, let us do it. Do you know that, how many times the U.S. Constitution has been amended?
Yeah.
Very, very small. Okay, and it has been, as we are told, over 200 years, sort of.
Yeah.
It's going to 300.
Yes. So why do we have to? I mean, I'm not saying just for the sake of MPP. What we need to do now is let's look at best in class.
Right.
What are the others around us doing? Let's copy from them. I know there are a few things they are copying, or they say NDC does it this way. Let's also do it this way to see if we will meet. Because the people at the grassroots will be saying that, you see, when the MDC was doing it, this is how they did it. Why are we not doing it that way if it is benefiting them? And they will be listening to things like that, and it affects the grassroots. So I am not against the amendment, but let it be a bit futuristic and a holistic one that from time to time, when you look back, you say, the decision we took 20 years ago is still valid today, and it's good to work with. Now, I don't think where I sit now, 2028, it will be just that easy for MPP, based on some of these things, to come to power. I am not looking to the future, but we have our scenarios in this country.
Okay.
That the group that says that let's allow 8 years That group is also huge. And if the data is anything to go by, Musa said it on several platforms, 2028 will be difficult for MPP. However, my question I want to ask is, assuming in the likely event that Bawumia loses 2028, what happens? There'll be another amendment.
Well, that would depend on the I would assume that would depend on the factors that led to the party's defeat.
Okay. Now let's
remember that these amendments have largely come about because of the Professor Michael Committee's report.
Which okay, during the break, let me interrupt you here. During the break, we had a discussion on chasing the elephant into the bush.
Yes.
That book I believe, largely helped MPP to reorganize properly for 2012 and 2016.
Yes.
That book largely helped MPP.
How do you know?
Some of the things...
Maybe they rubbished it.
No. They never rubbished it. Kennedy was in the thick of affairs, and he mentioned certain things, and they came up.
No, but the point I'm trying to make is that Kennedy's report, which is the chasing the elephant into the bush, the politics of complacency.
Yes.
That's the entire book. It's not in itself a research document.
So wait, let me come.
Because the party did their own research.
Yes, Professor Michael Quay's report was not a research. It was to listen and pick issues of concern and why we went this way.
Yes.
So I'm coming to the fact that open up Professor Michael Quay's research for people to get to know some of the things that occurred. Instead of trickling it down bit by bit, open it up. Let people know. I was one of the people who feel that Professor Kwesi Bochue's report should have been made public. Dissected. Yes, dissected. So that people will learn from it. And
but you see, even though the Professor Kwesi Bochue's report was not made public, at least not officially, you heard the kinds of things that MPP were saying.
Good. That's
every single day.
That is the next stage.
There's a quote.
That is the next stage. That's the next stage. Yes, about Michael Quay's report.
And it was beginning to hurt you. You were not comfortable about it.
Yes.
In fact, it got to a point where your national chairman had to come out to say that ignore what was being said.
It is happening now to Michael Quay's report.
True.
Yes, page 62. Whilst we were campaigning, Adenta Kumi was sharing money.
Then you come and say, no, it's not true.
40 girlfriends.
Let me correct you. It is not with Michael Quay's report. It is with Mensa Bonsu's report in the Ashanti region.
Yes.
That is what you are seeing happened a lot.
Okay.
That report was not published.
It was not published.
But it was leaked.
Yes. But
people were quoting copiously from it.
and you see, and to understand some of them, you see page 62 on a certain platform, another platform, that same quote, you get page 19.
Yes.
It was Mensa Bonsu's report.
Another page, you get page 300.
And people kept issuing disclaimers left, right, center.
And it was hurting the party.
True.
But sometimes, you see, again, Senior Bro said it, it's our culture and our way of doing things. We are not open to certain things. If this had happened, let's say, to the Labour Party, they would have put it out there. Or it has happened to the Conservatives. They would have taken one or two and put the rest out there. Everybody.
The point is, you don't lose anything.
You don't lose anything. I can't say when you sell your sickness, that is when you get the proper medicine to. Yes, to get the cure. You see. So, and as a party in government, you cannot wish for total decimation or failure of MPP. Right. No, it will not help you. No,
it's not good for a multi-party.
No, it will not help. And there are decided cases that say, as you see MPP now, they are potential government in waiting.
Of course.
So what happens there? We cannot say, "Do you fear them?" Then we are out at our place. We don't pay attention. Now you listen to Richard. He said they invited MPP, NDC, and all the others. So whatever happens in their house, we should be watching to see how does it affect us and does it affect the general Ghanaian populace. I think for today, again, as we said, it will not be able to solve 2028 issues, but post the primaries, what will happen? That is what we should all be worried about.
Is there any vagueness or any doubt or any uncertainty regarding who leads your party when it's in government and it's opposition?
No. We don't have that.
You heard what
it was clear. It's clear. You see,
what does your party's constitution say?
When the party is in opposition, the flag bearer, until the flag bearer is elected, the chairman. And when there is a presidency, the president leads. Currently, the chairman is not the leader of the party.
So currently, President John Dramani Mahama
is the leader.
Is both the president of Ghana and also the leader of the NDC.
Exactly.
So Chairman Asiedu Nkita takes orders from him.
Yes.
In principle,
yeah.
Do you think it's good for party strengthening?
You see,
do you get the point I'm making? Because you people tell us that it's always good for the party to be allowed to operate independent of the government, so that the party can check the government.
No, the party chairman attends.
Cabinet.
Cabinet meeting.
So does the general secretary.
The secretary attends.
Yes.
Well, you remember the comment by Justin Kodua.
Yes.
That he mentioned certain things that they should.
Nobody heard him. Nobody listened to him.
Nobody listened to him. So they could be done over there. And you remember when Haruna and Muntaka were changed.
Yes.
People
the
were
Haruna
saying,
Muntaka to forcing.
Yes, people were saying that
Asiedu doesn't like
Haruna before John Mahama will become the flag bearer.
Yes.
So that should tell you that, assuming we go by that analogy, that should tell you that when His Excellency the President John Mahama becomes the flag bearer, then he becomes the leader of the party.
Automatically.
Then he can that decision cannot be taken by General Asiedu Nkita.
Right.
So that is how.
So he had to do it quickly.
That is.
Before
you remember people were saying yes.
Because once Mahama assumes it, Mahama can stop him.
You know that's what people were saying. Then that was the reason why they changed it. I'm trying to tell you that the leader is the flag bearer. I am not buying into the arguments they made.
Even in opposition.
Yes, even in opposition.
For NDC.
Yes.
And so, in opposition, until a flag bearer is elected,
the chairman
is the leader.
Yes.
Once a flag bearer is elected,
he takes over.
Yes. He becomes the leader of the party.
The party.
So, what does the chairman do? He only chairs party meetings?
Yes, he has other roles to perform.
So, decisions that are taken at the party level is subject to the approval of the flag bearer.
It is not subject. A leader does not say, I will have to approve. There are other members of the National Executive Council and the National Council of the party.
So what are the powers of the leader?
No, the powers of the leader is to lead the party.
I understand, but I'm assuming that because he's the leader of the party.
Yes.
If Asiedu Nkita and co go for a meeting, Asiedu Nkita chairs it.
Yeah.
Certain key decisions are.
Yeah.
As I mean, we've been going back and forth, but I want to understand how it works within the with the NDC. Certain decisions are taken.
Yeah.
I'm assuming that the flag bearer is not part of that decision.
No, the flag bearer
will be in that meeting.
Okay,
so you cannot turn around and say, well,
I wasn't part of the decision taken. No.
So quash it.
No, he can't be. He is part of the decision taking.
So it's leadership only in terms of leading the party into our elections. Not necessarily be the person who takes the decision and imposes it on the party.
No. You can't take. Right. And when you lead into an election and you win, you continue.
Okay. Yeah, he continues to be the leader.
The leader.
But that's too much work, isn't it?
No.
Because leading Ghana in itself is a lot of work.
Yes, but...
And then you're leading your political party.
You see, he gave an example that you don't want a situation where they will say, take your government, we'll take our party.
Oh.
That becomes a disconnect somewhere.
Okay.
And if you notice this particular term, you notice that both the chairman and the general secretary have not taken any governmental position apart from I think the chairman is the board chair for Ghana Ports and Harbour Authority.
Okay.
The general secretary, nothing. So they still keep their eye on the ball, even as we are in government.
Okay.
That is how it is done. So I am hoping that they are going to come to that level. As Senior said, the convention, someone can sidestep the convention tomorrow and say, you have been doing it all over. For me, I'm not going to do that convention. Go by that convention. So it is good that we have this in black and white. Then everybody knows when you slot in, you are the person responsible.
Okay. All right. So let me just say that the program finally is about starting, and
a minister of God who is also the MP for Asin South, I believe, who is that's John Intim, Reverend John Intim Fojo, is doing the opening prayer. And I'm also told that earlier Diana Samoa was performing. And so the program has started, and so I want to say a big thanks to Mr. Kwabnasa, because I'm sure you want to be there as well. And also, Adenta Kumi, I want to say a big thanks to you, because the program has started, and all eyes will be fixed on what's happening on the grounds. And so I also want to say
before then, I want to say I lost a brother 3 days ago who was Malik Mahama.
Yes. Oh, such a fantastic gentleman.
Yes, we were together in London. He was buried according to Muslim traditions yesterday.
Yeah.
May his soul rest in peace, and may God comfort the family and friends. Yeah.
Oh, as Muslims to say, Inna lillahi wa inna ilaihi raji'un. So to him we come from, to him we'll go back. And let me say a graceful, blessed birthday to a beautiful soul, Rhoda Shaker of Pennsylvania. On your special day today, I wish you boundless joy, love, and a celebration. May this year bring you growth, happiness, and unforgettable memories. From Auntie Cecilia Carl of Houston, Texas. Love you plenty. Please help me wish Rhoda Shaker of Pennsylvania on your special day today. So birthday, we want to wish you happy birthday from all of us here. And also Auntie Cecilia Carl of Houston, Texas. We love you plenty. My name is Aldo Moore. Thanks for watching. After, shortly, or sooner rather than later, my colleague Annie Efua Ampof will be taking over. I hope you enjoyed it. And also thanks for the production team. I love the biscuits. It was fantastic. It was nice, very nice. Take care. Have a good day. Please stay with us.
Purpose of the new patriotic party, O Lord, for us to recapture power in 2028. We pray, O Lord, that you will guide us through every proposal, every constitutional amendment with your spirit of wisdom, that decisions we will take today will be reflective of the sentiment of our people, will be reflective of the interests of the party, O Lord, that through this day you will rebrand, that you will strengthen, O Lord, that you will lift up the new patriotic party and make it the most attractive party in this country. Father, may we be the preferred party in this country. And we pray, O God, that you will unite all our leaders, unite our grassroots, O God. May you help us to cure any tendencies of apathy. We pray, O God, that as every decision is taken and all is said and done in this conference, you will take our people to their various destinations in all districts and in all regions safely, O God. We will be careful to thank you. We give you praise and we are indeed grateful. In Jesus' name we are prayed. Amen.
And now, distinguished patriots, invited guests, and all our honorable members here, let's welcome the one-time first vice chairperson of Greater Accra and twice the regional chairman for Greater Accra, Chairman Divine Otu Abrohum, to give us the welcome address.
Mr. Chairman, our revered former president, the former vice president and your spouse, leaders of our great party, members of the National Council, party executives, honorable members of parliament, delegates, patrons, friends from the media, ladies and gentlemen. I bring you warm greetings from the rank and file of our great party in the region. It is a privilege to welcome you to this year's National Annual Delegates Conference. held under the theme Rebuilding Together with Our Values. This theme reflects where we are as a party, not just recovering from an electoral setback, but regrouping with purpose and unity. Mr. Chairman, 2024 was a difficult year. Despite our efforts and beliefs in the democratic process, the outcome of the general elections was deeply disappointing. We respect the verdict of the people, but we cannot ignore the glaring irregularities that mar the process. Electoral violence, the intimidation of our agents, the seizure of pink sheets, and the burning of ballot boxes were widespread, with security agencies often failing to intervene. The most shocking of all was what followed many months after. On Friday, the 14th of July 2025, the Electoral Commission organized a rerun of our elections at 19 polling stations in Ablekumanov. Despite having previously sworn under oath in both court and in parliament that only a simple collation of three pink sheets remained, we had already collated our results as a political party, and we were sure we have won with over 400 votes. Yet, through what can only be described as a collusion between the Electoral Commission and the NDC, the will of the people was reversed. Party members who went to support Honorable Ikuya Efriye to monitor the rerun were assaulted. The police stood by helplessly as thugs brutalized observers, including journalists and women who were stomped on whilst lying defenselessly on the floor. This was not just an affront to the MPP, it was an assault on our democracy. Fellow patriots, we must speak this truth, not out of bitterness, but out of responsibility. Never again should violence and fear characterize elections in our republic. Let me be clear that the MPP is ready to defend and protect itself going into 2028. Mr. Chairman, some of our wounds, we must admit, were self-inflicted. Post-election frustrations have sometimes been misdirected at leadership, creating unnecessary tension and mistrust within our ranks. This must stop. The time has come to reconnect with our grassroots, restore discipline, and reignite the spirit of service that built this party. Fellow conferees, this is why the decision to amend our constitution and to conduct early presidential primaries must be applauded. It will allow us to reorganize early, heal internal divisions, and give our candidates time to reconnect with the people. It is a bold, strategic step towards reclaiming power in 2028. Chairman, we have to be clear about one thing. Returning to power will not come easy. It will require unity, not the absence of criticism, but the presence of shared purpose. It will demand sacrifice, hard work, and absolute respect for our structures and processes. We must also elevate our youth and women, who remain the backbone of this party. We must speak in a language the Ghanaian people understand, one of opportunity, service, and hope. Mr. Chairman, before I conclude, I wish to express on behalf of my region our deepest condolences to the family of our late brother, Honorable Ernest Kumi, a patriot whose life exemplified the values we gather here to uphold. May he rest in perfect peace. To the people of Akwetia, we stand with you in this difficult time. And also all those who have suffered injustice. This party is your home, and together we will rise again. Let this conference mark a turning point, the beginning of a return not just to political power, but to the ideals that define the NPP. May God bless the NPP, may God bless Ghana, and may our rebuilding begin now. Kukrudu.
Thank you very much, the Greater Accra Regional Chairman, Chairman Divine Otu Aguham. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. This is the welcome address from the chairman. Thank you very much. Now, we are inviting the former constituency chairman, former regional chairman, Central Region, now national first vice chairman, to open the conference for us. Let's welcome Chairman Dankwa Smith Bute to open the conference for us.
Kukrudu. Kukrudu. His Excellency, the former President John Ajayi Kufuor, His Excellency, the former President Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, my fellow national executives, regional executives, police station executives, former chief of staff, member of parliament, ladies and gentlemen, I welcome all of you to today's conference. I hope and believe that before we leave here, we will become united and peaceful. Before I sit down, please let us observe a minute silence for our departed brother, Honorable Kumi. So let us rise up. Everybody should stand up. May his soul rest in perfect peace. Midianom. Anopei mahobe kachire say party no, we are united than before. I believe say conference way you be free her, you be confused no. Now what you work on ya chem ni abaya bako ni yetumi move party forward. Said in 2028 we will become victorious. Memamu nyina akwaba bio na. On this note, I declare this conference open. Thank you very much, and may God bless you all.
Thank you very much. The conference is duly opened. Constitutionally, the National Treasurer is mandated to give a report to conference. We shall invite the National Treasurer, Dr. Charles Dramina, to give us a report on the party's financial standing. Dr. Charles Dramina.
National Chairman, colleague national officers, excellencies, honorable members of parliament, distinguished delegates of the 2025 National Annual Delegates Conference, ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon to you all. I stand on behalf of the Finance Committee of the National Council to present to conference the financial report of the party. Before I proceed, Mr. Chairman, please allow me to acknowledge and thank the distinguished personalities whose generous contributions have made it very possible for us to hold conference today. And these personalities are His Excellency Alhaji Dr. Mahmoud Baumia, Honorable Kennedy Ejapong, Honorable Dr. Brian Echampong, Honorable Dr. Educhum. All these personalities and many more, including the former political ambassadors and political appointees under the President Akufo-Addo's administration, will be officially appreciated in writing. I also take this opportunity to acknowledge the chairman and members of the Finance Committee who have worked around the clock to ensure that the needed funds are mobilized to make this event a success. So to the chairman of the committee, Chairman Secretary Abankwa, the Secretary Dr. Charles Dramina, Ambassador Edward Boateng, Madame Adelaide Ahrein, Madame Nana Adjoa Dokuya, and Madame Janet Anane, we say thank you for your efforts. Mr. Chairman, the Treasury, under the leadership of the Steering Committee and the Finance Committee, set out to improve the financial health of the party along 5 main pillars. These are enhancing transparency and accountability,
appreciating and recognizing anyone who donates to the party, training executive members on effective financial protocols, making dues and contribution payments flexible, and diversifying our sources of revenue. Under enhancing transparency and accountability, leadership has put in measures to enhance transparency and accountability right from the beginning of this administration. Officers from across all levels of the party have been conscientized on the need to retire all funds disbursed to them for party-related activities. I am happy to report to conference that there is a high degree of compliance, although we have still not been able to achieve 100% compliance. I use this occasion to appeal to all party executive officers to cooperate with the treasurers and financial secretaries at their various constituencies and regions whenever they request for documentation in financial disbursements. Such requests are aimed at enhancing transparency and accountability, and as such, will inure to the benefit of the party. Appreciating and recognizing anyone who donates to support the party. Mr. Chairman, this administration has taken steps to appreciate and recognize members, supporters, sympathizers, and all who donate to support the party. We have been organizing events such as Time with the Patrons, during which we appreciate those who contribute to support the party. Appropriate certificates and letters of appreciation and recognition are given out to all those who contribute to support the party. This, we believe, is motivating them and encouraging them to continue to support the party. Training executive members on effective financial protocols. Over the period, training workshops have been organized for the regional officers who manage the purse of the party to sharpen their skill set and deepen their understanding of what they have to do. There is the need for this training to be extended to all constituencies so that every executive officer will understand and appreciate the nuances of political finance protocols. Perhaps, after such training workshops, the needless tension between some treasurers and their colleagues in the discharge of their duties may be eliminated, as it will be expected that most executive members, if not all, will understand and cooperate with their treasurers and financial secretaries. Making dues contributions and payments flexible. Conference. The current administration has put in measures to ensure that the payment of dues is optimized. Currently, the membership dues is in 4 categories. Platinum, they contribute 10 cedis per month. Gold, 8 Ghana cedis per month. Silver, 5 Ghana cedis per month. And bronze, 2 Ghana cedis per month. The payment is now through a short code, *920*270#. This payment application was developed in-house by our own IT directorate and has been made very convenient for members to pay their dues or make donations anytime. Prior to the introduction of this system, members had to go all the way to their various constituencies and regional offices to have their dues paid. And this cumbersome process discouraged a number of party members in paying their dues. As part of my working visit to sensitize members on dues payment, the Treasury interacted with 6,958 party members. Out of this number, 1,728 were constituency officers, 2,000
380 were electoral area coordinators. 934 were polling station executive members, and 1,916 were non-executive members. When we engaged them, more than 6,800 of these clearly indicated that they were no more interested in paying their dues, and they mainly cited two reasons. The first being the cumbersome process of having to go to the constituency and regional offices to pay their dues, and the second being the fact that they do not get any direct benefit from the party after paying their dues. When we informed them of the new digital payment system and a proposal to have an accident insurance policy attached directly to the dues payment, 6,829 out of the 6,958 changed their minds and indicated their commitment to pay their dues so as to benefit from the policy. This represents 98.14% of party members engaged who are ready to pay their dues should the accident insurance proposal come into effect. Mr. Chairman, the group accident insurance policy proposal is aimed at ensuring that any member who is in good standing gets substantial financial support in times of trouble occasioned by an accident. The benefits cover accidental death, where the next of kin of the deceased member will be paid a lump sum amount. Permanent disability occasioned by an accident, where the affected member in good standing shall be given a lump sum payment. Temporal disablement, where the affected member in good standing who is not able to go to work because of the accident shall be given a weekly allowance until he is able to go to work. And finally, an amount of money shall be paid to the member in good standing to cover the medical expenses occasioned by an accident. Mr. Chairman, for all these benefits, the member does not need to make any additional payment other than the payment of the monthly membership dues. The Finance Committee has already approved the group accident insurance policy proposal and has recommended it to the party for adoption. It is the considered opinion of the Finance Committee that the group accident insurance proposal will serve as a potent revenue catalyst that will motivate majority, if not all, our members to pay their dues. As indicated above, the insurance proposal would make it possible for the Finance Committee to raise substantial revenues for the party. This will then pave the way for the party to enroll other more expensive policies, such as life insurance policies that can address the chronic health conditions of some party members. Going forward, Mr. Chairman, conference delegates, it will be helpful if we all commit to paying our dues to enable the party run smoothly. If conference is to ensure that Article 34B of our Constitution is enforced, the party can realize substantial amounts of money from our membership dues mobilization. That said, Mr. Chairman, may I at this juncture present to conference a summary of our audited financial statement. These statements have been audited by the party's external auditors and have been reviewed and approved by the National Chairman, the General Secretary, and the National Treasurer. In the year 2020, the total revenue mobilized by the party was 72,692,097 Ghana cedis. And this was mobilized from a combination of dues, fundraising activities, nomination and filing fees, among other streams of revenue. The total expenditure for that same year was 73,125,471, and the expenditure covered office administration, the communications, training and operations, meeting expenditure, campaign-related and election-related activities. In the year 2023, the total revenue mobilized was 107,975,071 Ghana cedis. Also from donations, nomination and filing fees, membership dues, fundraising activities, and other revenue streams for the party. In that same year, a total of 110,090,614 was spent on office administration, communications, internal elections and by-elections, audit and meeting expenditure, and party campaign and organizational activities. In the year 2024, a total amount of 113,907,252 was mobilized by the Treasury for the party. In that same year, a total of 114,097,641 was spent by the party in organizing party-related activities, including training and operations, meeting expenditure, election and election-related activities, office administration, and communications. Mr. Chairman, conference delegates, these financial returns had to be filed at the Electoral Commission within specific time periods in order not to breach the provisions of Act 574. Due to the fact that there were no national annual delegate conferences in 2023 and 2024, these statements could not be tabled before you for approval prior to filing. The National Chairman, the General Secretary, and the National Treasurer jointly acted on behalf of conference to avoid breaches of Act 574. I am therefore seeking the retrospective approval of conference to ratify the decisions taken on behalf of the National Annual Delegates Conference by the National Chairman, the General Secretary. I thank you for your audience and wish all of us a successful conference. Thank you.
Thank you, National Treasurer, for your report. Now, conference, a quick roll call. I need you all to be active. Yeah, Babobo regions, you know, says yeah, the Ahayama, Yenya de Kesiapa. Upper East, Munsore. Wake up, Upper East. Rise up to your feet. Thank you very much. Upper East. Upper West, where are you? Anthony Namo and your people. Thank you very much. The Vice President's region. Northeast, are you here? Northeast, are you here? Thank you very much. Northern region. Northern region. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Chairman Samba and your people. Now to Savannah region. Prof. Kalimonia and your people. Savannah region. Great to have you here. Let them all say, Ave Yanko, Bono East Region. Chairman Ivy, Bono East Region. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Ave Yanko, Kwame Bafu Abronya Region. Bono Region, where are you? Thank you very much. Western North, Chairman Ben Amma and your people, where are you? Western North. Great to have you here. Yadamase, Yadamase. The President's Region, Eastern Region, show your presence, where are you? Eastern Region, show your presence, where are you? Thank you. That is the President's Region. Chairman Jeff Kunedu and your people, we thank you very much. To Oti Region, Chairman Dapa and your people. Chairman Evans Dapa and your people, thank you very much. Oti Region, we can see you. Great to have you in here. Chairman Makafui Wanya, Volta Region. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. I like the energy. Thank you very much. Western Region. The best come from the West. Western Region. Chairman Indonesia and your people, where are you? Thank you, thank you, thank you very much. Now, to Central Region. Percy Dennis Kweku and your people. Central, where are you? Where are you? Thank you very much. Thank you very much. We can feel you. Thank you. Now to the heartbeat of the New Patriotic Party, Ashanti Region. Ashanti Region. Ashanti Region. Chairman Bernard MC Wasiako, Chairman Wantoma, and your people. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Now to the host region. To the host region. Chairman Divine Otu Agohom and your people. Greater Accra, let us show your energy. Greater Accra. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. The National Treasurer just delivered our financial report. All those in favor of the motion, can I hear a big aye? All those who are not in favor, can I hear no? The ayes have it. Thank you very much. The report is adopted.
Thank you, conference. God bless us all.
Now, let's call for the party anthem to warm us up. Anytime you hear the party anthem, all must be on your feet. Thank you. All of us must be on our feet. We are the New Patriotic Party. Our winning symbol. We shall win to save Ghana. The elephant is our winning symbol. We shall win to save Ghana. The elephant is the winning symbol. We shall win to save Ghana. The elephant is the winning symbol.
Fly!
Let's wait. Let's wait. Let's wait. Let's wait. Hey, Shirado. Hey, Shirado. Hey, Shirado. Hey, Shirado. Hey, Shirado.
And now we shall listen to fraternal messages from other political parties. The first party here, a delegation led by the General Secretary, Citizen Atodazi, is the Great Consolidated Popular Party, GCPP. He is joined by Madam Cynthia Atta, his second vice, and Mr. George Amwa, the national organizer. The delegation from the Great Consolidated Popular Party, GCPP.
Krudu, Chairman of Congress, kindly permit me to stand on existing protocols to bring you greetings from the only party in Ghana that has stayed true to the ideals and values of its concept of domestication, the Great Consolidated Popular Party. Our 2024 flag bearer, Dr. Daniel Augustus Latte Jr., also extends his heartfelt greetings to you all. Let me begin by congratulating the organizing committee for a great work done so far. Today marks a very important journey in the life of the MPP. Your conduct and decisions today will determine whether the party will continue a sinking path or change the trajectory as a formidable and united party which is determined to win power once again. Just as many Ghanaians, how a party moved from the battle is the Lord's to Mayokuntain, I would say, or Sisifianibi is a mystery. However, it is refreshing to know that the party, through its own internal mechanisms, has realized the essential need to go back to its NPP. God bless our homeland Ghana and make her great and strong. Thank you very much. And make her great and strong. Thank you very much.